being motivated. Everybody talks about being motivated. You've got to be motivated to succeed. And that, of course, is true. But how the hell do you stay motivated? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you. I thought I'd tell you a little story that hopefully will illustrate what I have come to realize about motivation. So, my granddad was a top bloke, really, really great bloke. He was a miner in the pits in Nottingham in England, okay? And he died when I was 8 years old from something called pit disease, which is what we know as emphysema, compounded with the fact that he smoked 2 packets of Woodbine cigarettes per day. If you don't know what Woodbine is, it's like a massively hardcore cigarette. He smoked 2 packs a day, 40 a day. Really, really nice guy. It was pretty shocking to me when he died because he was a great bloke and we got on really, really well. So I vowed to myself at that point, I was never, ever going to smoke. I was like, fuck that. I'm never, ever smoking. It killed my granddad. I don't want anything to do with that. Fast forward to when I was 14 years old, I started cooking. I started my cooking career. I was working at a restaurant at nighttime and on weekends from school to earn pocket money to take girls out. Very good reason for earning pocket money in my not so humble opinion. And I noticed in the kitchen that all the chefs smoked. And I was like, why do all the chefs smoke? And I quickly worked out that these guys, and it was all guys, these guys were working 14 hours a day. Like I would go in there at 5 o'clock and working through until 11 o'clock, but they were there, you know, at 9 o'clock in the morning. And the only way they got a break was to go and have a cigarette break with the head chef. That was the only time they got to sit down, have a chat, and have a relax. And so they all smoked. So after 2 months, I smoked too, because I figured out, shit, that's the only way I'm going to go to break too. I started smoking too. So my environment and the situations in my environment were conducive to motivating a behavior, okay? And I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be with the boys and stuff like that, okay? Well, I started smoking at 14. I tried to quit multiple times. I had my own restaurants. I had my first restaurant at 21 when I lived in Jersey, and then other restaurants when I got to Australia. And I smoked throughout that. And it wasn't until I got to 27 when I decided to stop cooking, and I went to the University of Sydney to go and study behavioral psychology and statistics at university, that I was finally able to stop smoking, because within my circle of friends and within what I was doing, nobody smoked. It made it much easier to stop smoking when nobody else was smoking. My environment, again, dictating my actions, my motivation to do a particular thing, okay? And so when I decided to become an entrepreneur and start my first kind of entrepreneurial business after that, all of my friends from university said, it's not going to work. You're crazy. You've just finished your degree. You should go off and, you know, do artificial intelligence, which heaps of them were doing and shit like that. And I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And they were all saying it will never, ever work. And so what I did was I surrounded myself with other entrepreneurs who were on their entrepreneurial journey. And they all said, it's going to work. You can do this. And all of my friends who weren't entrepreneurs were saying, it will never work. You can't do this. And so again, my environment was dictating and shaping my motivation to go and do a thing, because I don't care how intrinsically motivated, so from the inside, intrinsically motivated you are. If you've got everybody on the outside saying it ain't going to work, then it is hard to get started. It is hard, you know, that's a friggin' big ask. We are social creatures. Peer pressure matters to us. Fitting in matters to us. We're hardwired to be social, and to shun that is very, very difficult. So very few people that get to do that. So surrounding yourself with the right people is, I believe, incredibly important. That's why, for me personally, I reckon that communities like what we're in now, the AOE, really, really makes a difference. It takes time as an entrepreneur to develop the resilience that comes from having some successes and some failures as well. It takes time for that to happen before you become strong enough as an entrepreneur to shun off people what say you can't do it. You're like, well, I'm doing it. Who cares what you friggin' think? It takes time to get to that point. And so to begin with, it's really, really important to put yourself into environments where the motivation not only happens from the inside, intrinsic motivation, but also externally as well. You're getting external motivation to keep going. I think that is really, really important, regardless of what you're doing. Like if I wanted to learn to run and run every day, I would, without a doubt, join a running club. If I wanted to learn to dance, I don't know, then I would, without a doubt, go and join some kind of dance lessons, some dance club. Surrounding yourself, immersing yourself is important. It makes a big difference. And I think as entrepreneurs, sometimes we forget that. So yeah, that's kind of what I've come to realize about motivation. Nobody is motivated all the time. What's important is putting yourself into the right environment. So not only on the days where you are intrinsically motivated to do the thing, you get the thing done, but more importantly, on the days when you're not motivated to do the thing, you still get the thing done. I think that's where it's important. That was a video from my regular Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. We are a community of 2,500 professional e-commerce entrepreneurs from right around the world, with sales, by the way, of over $50 million. If you'd like to find out more about us and of course come and join us, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au, and I will see you on the next video. Till then, bye.